It was a quiet Friday evening, the kind of evening Sophie always looked forward to. She had just finished preparing Jake's favorite dinner: creamy pasta, garlic bread, and a slice of his favorite chocolate cake. She hummed softly as she lit the candles on the table. Jake had been distant lately. Late-night calls, quick showers before bed, and that one excuse she had heard 1,000 times: "Work's been crazy, babe." Sophie believed him, or maybe she wanted to. When Jake arrived home, he seemed cheerful, almost too cheerful. He kissed her cheek, put down his jacket, and said, "You always make the house feel like home." She smiled back, though something inside her felt off. As Jake went to wash his hands, his phone buzzed on the counter. A message flashed across the screen. Curious, Sophie glanced at it, and in a second, her entire world shifted. "Can't wait to see you again tonight. Heart, Emily." Her breath caught. Her chest tightened. The words glowed on the screen like fire. Jake's footsteps echoed from the hallway, and Sophie quickly placed the phone back. Her heart pounded, but her face stayed calm. By the time he walked in, she was smiling again. "Dinner's ready," she said softly. They ate in silence. Jake talked about his day, his clients, his stress. Sophie nodded, barely tasting the food. Her mind replayed that message again and again, each word cutting deeper than the last. That night, while Jake showered, she sat on the couch and stared at the wall. Part of her wanted to scream, confront him, break everything. But another part of her, the quieter, wiser part, told her something else. Don't shout, show him. She picked up his phone again, took a screenshot of the message, and printed it the next morning before he woke up. Then she tucked the photo inside a small envelope and slipped it under the lid of his favorite dessert box. That evening, she told Jake, "Let's have dinner early tonight. Just us, no phones, no distractions." He smiled, almost relieved. "Finally, I've missed this." He had no idea. The candles flickered as they sat across from each other. Soft music played in the background. Jake seemed relaxed, laughing, eating, enjoying every bite. And for a moment, Sophie almost believed they were okay again. Then came dessert. Jake opened the box, expecting to see the chocolate cake he loved so much. He froze. Inside, right on top of the cake, was the printed photo of his message. Beneath it, a small handwritten note. "Don't worry, I saved you a slice of honesty." The color drained from his face. His lips parted, but no words came out. Finally, he stammered, "Sophie, it's not what it looks like." She stood slowly, her voice steady and soft. "Then tell me what it is, Jake, because the woman who texted you seems to know exactly what you look like." He looked down. No excuses, no explanations, just silence. Sophie placed her house key on the table. Her hands trembled, but her voice didn't. "I was your peace. You chose chaos." Jake tried to reach for her, but she stepped back. "No, Jake, don't. You made your choice. Now live with it." She turned and walked away, out the door, into the cool night air, leaving behind the smell of dinner, the sound of her own heartbeat, and the man who didn't deserve another word. Later that night, Jake sat alone at the table. The candles had burned out, the cake sat untouched, ruined by the photograph that told the truth better than any words could. He stared at the door she had walked out of, but he didn't follow. He couldn't. Sophie drove aimlessly for hours. The city lights blurred through her tears. Part of her wanted to turn back, to believe it was all a mistake. But she knew better. Love without honesty is just habit, and she was done living out of habit. A week later, Sophie moved out of their apartment. No drama, no confrontation. She left her favorite coffee mug on the counter, the one that said, "Together forever." Next to it, a note, "Forever ends when lies begin." Jake read it the next morning, and for the first time, he didn't know what to say. Because deep down, he knew. He had destroyed something real for something temporary. Sometimes the strongest people are the ones who walk away quietly. Sophie didn't raise her voice. She didn't need to. The truth had already spoken louder than any scream could. When trust breaks, it doesn't always shatter with noise. Sometimes it slips away in silence, just like love did for Sophie.